even remembering something I posted on Instagram, my love, that says, and I don't know if it will resonate with you, but it said, bloom where you are planted, but grow where God leads. And I feel like Clemson was your place for blooming. I feel like that's where God planted you for a specific purpose and for a specific season. And I believe you have accomplished everything that He wanted you to accomplish there. And I think He has matured you in ways that He wanted to. And I think you have learned the lessons that He wanted you to learn there. Now that you bloomed where you are planted, you're growing where God is leading you. And I feel like He really is leading you now just this season. And ma'am, see yourself grow. Just see yourself grow. I'm so excited for you and for your new journey, my love.
Hey beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. Last year I made a bold decision to leave Clemson and move to the capital city of Algeria, which is Algiers. It was bold in the sense that I had to leave everything I've ever known in Clemson, the life that I built in Clemson, and I stepped into the unknown. The challenge was real. I wasn't even sure if this was going to work. Now, I know some of you are wondering, why is she making it a big deal? It's just Algiers, you know, it's not like she's moved to a new country, and I totally understand. Well, for me, it's more than just Algiers. For me, I looked at the life I've experienced in the past, like where I'm coming from. I'm one person who likes to compare myself to myself, my past version, and I look back at the growth I've experienced in Clemson, the lessons, the wisdom I've gained, the challenges, the struggles, the pain, the depression, the good, the bad, and the in-betweens, and I compare it to where I am right now. Coming to Algiers is not only a change of scenery for me, it's proving to myself that despite the struggles, something great can come out of my life. It's to prove to myself that despite everything I went through, I can overcome whatever life throws at me. That despite the pain, I can start afresh, start a new chapter, and go for better opportunities. So I'll admit that for me, this is a milestone, and I'm so glad to share with you, my audience, that has been part of my journey, even the time I started my YouTube channel in Clemson. It's crazy how Algiers used to be a city I'll just visit, be it for a day, a few hours. I'm sure from the videos you can tell, like, I really liked the architecture, the vibe. For me, it's close to home because I'm from the capital, so for me, I like the vibe here. The process to relocate here was overwhelming. I made countless trips, but thank God I decided to move to Boumadies, which is 1 hour from Algiers, to facilitate my movements, because your Clemson to Algiers is about 6 to 7 hours, so it was going to be too challenging. And I want to thank everyone that played a role in this, starting from the guys that used to come with me to the ministry, to the offices, the 3 guys, Sam, Morgan, and my best friend. It really means a lot. Also, when I was in Boumadies, I asked some girl from Mozambique if I could make content from her room, and she was going home for 2 months plus, 2 months and some weeks. This girl left me her room with her keys. Somebody should I know. What if I was a thief? She literally left for me her fridge, her oven, so that I can use the pot. I'm going to tell you, pray for favor. Favor from God, favor from man. Pray for people to favor you. God came through for me. I have never seen so much favor in my life as much as I saw last year. God broke protocol for me. This is what I'm saying. I'm emphasizing pray for favor. You know, there are certain things where, in actual sense, if you look at the system, if you look at the policies, if you look at the way things work, you know, in human nature, it won't happen. Pray for favor, for impossible things to be made possible for you. Last year, I had so many wins that I celebrated privately. Last year was a year I can say was a breakthrough, because the years before that, you guys, your girl has been through it. Your girl has been through it. It's like God was building me.
It's like God was molding me. He was doing something in me and for me.
That last year, I got to understand why things were unfolding. And one time I really saw God coming through for me was during this transfer period. Algiers is one of the hardest towns to transfer to.
This was June 2024 in Clemson at the medical faculty, and we were having our end of year celebration. It's a tradition, I think, for medical students in Algeria where we just celebrate because, it's not easy. It's not easy. So we're just celebrating. We take videos, just pop those color things. I don't know what they're called. And it was really amazing. There I am with my Zambian flag. So proud of myself for pushing through and not giving up. Here, I wasn't even sure that I'll never see most of these people again. My classmates, I made friends. In front, we have our class representatives who were so helpful to me, and I'm so grateful. I really like this tradition where we celebrate at the end of every academic year. I feel like it's good to celebrate each step of the way and not just when you finally graduate.
It wasn't the transfer period. I had to wait for September. Anyway, I enjoyed my summer. September finally came. Mentally, I was like, let's do this. I went to the University of Algiers on the 9th of September. And they're telling me the transfer window hasn't opened. It's opening on the 15th. I can't go back to Boomer days for nothing. I use transport for nothing. I'm telling one of the guys that was escorting me, like, let's go to the student's office. I'm going to the student's office. They just said, have you tried talking to the ministry? Don't deal with these things here. Like, I was being moved, you guys, like from office to office. This one is telling me come on the 15th. This one is telling me go to the ministry. I decided to go to the ministry. At the ministry, I did not know anybody. It was my first time. I don't know who I'm even going to talk to. They gave me issues at the gate because students are not supposed to enter the ministry. Their embassy is supposed to represent them. And eventually I entered. So I went upstairs. I'm just praying there. I'm like, God, just send your Holy Spirit to come with me in whatever office I enter, to just speak on my behalf because I'm too small.
I'm small. I'm just a small girl.
There's other people, like this period I'm doing this, there's other people from my country, new students who are waiting. The embassy has been doing this process for them and they are waiting for the transfer period for confirmation if they've made it to the towns they applied to or not. So even when I was going there, I knew like it's not really the transfer period. So I go to this woman. I present my case, give her my letter with my 7 reasons why I want to transfer. I had my transcripts, I had all my other documents. She's new to my case and I thought like the people who were helping the juniors do their paperwork brought my issue, okay, which I believe they did, but this woman had no idea. Like she didn't even know that I also was part of the people who wanted to transfer. It was like a new case. It was like a new transfer request. So it's like I had to start everything again. So this woman talks to the director and comes back and she's like, we'll get back to you in 3 days. By then schools had opened in Clemson. I'm supposed to go register. You guys, I was confused. They're telling me 3 days. I'm supposed to go to Clemson to register. Do I just go in hopes of maybe they're going to call me, or I stay here in hopes that I've already moved, like I don't know, and I can't be too late to register in Clemson for the new academic year because we have to register like every year. Anyway, I went to Boomer days. Next morning, I'm one person who hates being disturbed when I'm sleeping. You disturb my sleep, you disturb my peace. I received a call from the very woman I talked to because I left my number. And she says, is this pretty Kombe? I'm like, yes. This is the woman you met yesterday and I wanted to tell you your transfer has been approved. You've been accepted. You guys, I was confused. I think I wasn't even like fully up. And that day I slept late. So it's like, I wasn't even sure, like, am I sleeping? Am I dreaming? Am I what? Like, first of all, I went on the 9th, on Monday. On Tuesday, I received a call on the 10th. Before everyone who's waiting for their transfers is waiting for confirmation, and then they've confirmed mine when I just presented my case yesterday. Like, make it make sense. Like, make it make sense. Like, I was confused, happy, like I had so many emotions at once. I didn't even know how to even tell the guy I went with yesterday because he was also one of the people waiting for confirmation. So I wanted to go to a different town, not Algiers, but he's waiting. So I just like kept it low key, and on the call she's like, we just needed to bring like these documents, and yeah. and those documents are in Clemson. That's how I left for Clemson. I know I've been accepted, but I still don't have a place to stay in Algiers. Algiers is saturated, the universities are saturated, the hostels are saturated. It took me close to a month for me to find a room. After getting my things and the documents I needed from Clemson, I went back to Bumades because that's the only place I had a room. You know, the girl from Mozambique took long to come and I was still staying in her room. My first day, I remember I had to go to class from Bumades, you guys, Bumades to Algiers, about 1 hour just to go to class. The day before the first day of class, I don't know how, I just got like this sort of like anxiety, you guys. There's this fear of the unknown sometimes. Like, change is not easy, you know, just going out of your comfort zone is not easy. Like, it's like a new city, you don't know what to expect. Everybody says school in Algiers is harder. I have another story for that, and that's why I said I took a risk. I'm not going to go deep in the story. I'm going to share my academic journey, hopefully to encourage somebody out there. The following day, I was excited, got on the train. I reached Algiers, and they did not lie when they said Algiers is saturated. I didn't even expect an amphi to be that full. We just came back from holidays, so like people and their friend groups are just excited, and I was just there like, I'm the new kid, you guys. Once again, I'm the new kid. But yeah, I was just like in my own world. Went back to Bumades, and guys, I couldn't continue moving like this, living like this, so I had to find a way to move to Algiers.
I then found somebody with an apartment in Algiers, so I had to leave Bumades. I moved with some of my bags, but here is the problem.
It was also hard because she was staying so far from school. I started spending so much money. I was getting back very late. 19 hours, and this is when I'm reaching. I'm so tired. I'm like, nah, and I can't even study because I'm so drained. So I decided to now like move. I moved to so many places. I reached a point where I told myself I'm going to push for a room at the hostel. So I go back to the hostels, and I'm telling like the admin I have the right to be in this hostel. I can't continue like pushing every time. Like, you have to try and find a way for me to be here. If I'm at the hostel, it's easier because we have school buses, so it's like free transport. But if I'm elsewhere, I have to pay for taxis, I have to pay for a lot of things. I pushed, and then they said, okay, for now we'll give you this room. There were like 2 people in that room, and it never happens. Like, every time they put you in a room with somebody, it's a foreign student. It never happens where they put you with Algerian. They put me in a room with an Algerian and Palestinian, which has never happened. I didn't even know. Something just told me to go with it. These guys were the sweetest people I've ever met in Algeria. I'll emphasize again, pray for favor, okay? Like, I think there was a reason I was being put in that room. It never happens. You guys were like an Algerian and a foreign student stay in the same room. It's not like that. Algerians have their own blocks or their own rooms where they share. Algerian, never like this. But these guys welcomed me. They made me feel at home. They made me feel safe. They made me feel welcomed. You know, they're not even like people from my country. I was supposed to buy a school bag, you know. So I asked this girl, because I was looking for a school bag. I'm like, I like your bag. Where did you buy it? I want to go buy it tomorrow. And she insists like, you can have it. You guys, she insisted, and that's how I got the bag. Up to now, I still have the bag. It was really cool. The Palestinian girl couldn't speak French, so I just using English. Yeah, but I had the best experience, you guys. Shockingly, in that room, there was one time I was late, and the Algerian girl even like helped me iron my clothes. Like, you know, when people are just being nice to you. And you guys, it's true, and they say kindness comes back. It's like a circle. Like, you get in life what you give. I was talking to my friend the other day. She was in Algeria. She's from Lesotho. Shout out to Geraldine. She's been there for me big time. Like, she's rooted for me like since day one. She just reminded me how like Clemson was a place I needed to learn a lot of things, to gain wisdom, and Algiers is a place I'll flourish in. And I say this in my other video, wherever you are in life, you might want to be in a different place, different environment. Wherever you are, try to make it work instead of pitying yourself. That used to be me at first, you guys. I would complain. Things just became too wild. I told you I'm going to share with you in future. I don't know how. Maybe it's in a book, documentary or what, my journey here has been wild. Okay, at first I used to complain, but eventually I had to grow. It was through those experiences that I had to grow, gain wisdom, and I'm here today to say you actually get to a point where you feel peace. Peace is possible. Miracles happen. Pray for favor. Okay, sometimes you won't even need certifications, you won't need qualifications, you won't need connections. When God says, my hand is on you, I will favor you, nothing and nobody is going to stop that. When you pray for something, be ready for what comes with it. If you pray for a big future, you've got big dreams, don't expect it to be so easy. I think God is intentional because He doesn't want you to also just reach your big dreams and fumble them and just mess things up. And that's why the preparation is important. That waiting season molds you. And for me, Clemson was that. Clemson was my preparation period. You alone know your vision. Sometimes people won't understand, and sometimes people won't push for you in certain things as much as you would push for yourself. Okay, they don't understand how much you need something, and they can only do their part sometimes. For example, for me, I had the officials at first, before I even started the process. Like I mentioned, they brought up my issue to the ministry, and the ministry said Algiers is saturated. Like they gave a negative response, like Algiers is saturated. But it took me restarting the whole process again. Sometimes opportunities are going to come unexpectedly, but I feel like the most impactful opportunities are those that we create by finding initiative. Even just for me to transfer, I said, like, you know, I have a dream, I have a goal, I have a vision. I had to look at my career path, what I want, what's in Algiers that's not in Clemson that will help me get to where I want to be. Okay, I had to go looking for opportunities, and for sure there are better opportunities for me here in Algiers. Also for my YouTube channel, I started YouTube in Clemson. Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel where it's hard to be a content creator. I didn't even see any YouTuber I would collab with in Clemson. It was not easy, and I think I make it look easy, but it wasn't. But I flourished on my channel. I grew over 14,000 subscribers in Clemson. You see, so where you are, start where you are. Use what you have to get to where you want to be. Accept your journey and do the best that you can. I know personally that the 17-year-old pretty Kombe who wanted to give up on life is so proud of me. Is cheering me on. Okay, your journey is your journey, and stay focused, eyes on the target. One thing I am happy that I have and my mom has instilled in me is not to compare. We are different. Something great can also come out of my story. And also, whenever you see me doing well, which I know I will do well in life, I will be great, never envy me or anybody else. You don't know what I have gone through. You don't know my struggles. You don't know people's struggles. Okay, some of you will be comparing someone's level 20 to a level 2. Don't do that. If you like my content in Clemson, I'm sure you will like it better now that I'm in Algiers. There's better opportunities. Love yourself. Do the best that you can and stay kind. Bye.